so Hubert, what are you doing here?
Lighting a smoker.
Okay, what does that do?
What we do is when we go into the hives, we give it a blast of smoke into the hive entrance.
Okay.
And then the bees then think there's a forest fire, and they start gorging on food, which actually calms them down.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
So when their bellies are full, they're less inclined to sting.
Very clever. So they think there's a forest fire.
Yeah. And that they're going
And
to have
they're
to leave.
protecting themselves.
Yeah, well, they feel they're going to have to leave, so they don't know how far they have to fly to get
Before
a new
they'll
home.
get food. Okay.
So they stock up on food
Excellent.
because they can't take it with them, you know. Now, some people use hessian, see, like the smokers.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people down the country, they don't use grass, you know. With,
What are you using there?
I'm using kind of like egg cartons. Keep things compact in these, like I don't know what was in that one, but fridges and things like that, or whatever, they come wrapped in this stuff, so I take it out and use that.
Okay. Recycle and reuse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And we'll watch you putting your bee suit hat on as well, Hubert,
Yeah.
so that we can see how that all zips up and keeps all our little friends away from your face. There you
Very
are.
important when you're putting on your veil.
Yeah, it's called a
Which are
veil.
zipped well up.
Yeah.
There's what's the Velcro?
Yes, a
So you
Velcro
make sure
tab.
the Velcro's tight.
Yeah.
So if they do try to get in there, they can't get in.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay, I'm coming in.
Now, you come down the one here. The side, stay at the side.
Yeah,
This is the way I'm going to be opening here.
you're opening this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carefully here. You'll see pollen coming into the hive.
Okay.
Right, as they come back.
In at the bottom there, that's them bringing the pollen back in?
Now, these could be bringing back in nectar.
Okay.
The pollen they store in their back hind legs in the sacs. Right, and funny when I said it to you, I'd seen one going in. But I haven't seen one since. Now, it's just amazing. I don't know which hive is theirs. You know,
So they'll always come back to the same hive?
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So one of our questions actually, Hubert, was from one of the local people, and they asked, would the bees, now she lives 5 minutes walk from here,
Right.
would the bees live, would the bees in her garden be from this hive?
It's possible. Yeah.
It is possible in
They'll
seasons.
feed for probably a 4 mile radius,
Uh-huh.
right, which is a fair distance.
4 mile?
They're down 4 mile. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And definitely the bees in her garden could be from here.
Okay.
That's a possibility. But a lot more people nowadays are starting to keep hives in their back gardens.
Yes.
You know, we just missed them again, going in with the pollen. Anyhow, we probably see some as I open
We
the
will.
hive.
Okay.
So we get them at last. And
So this is the
we'll wait a
smoke
few
now.
minutes
Yeah.
just to let that circulate. First thing we do is take off the lid. There, we put the lid flat. This is very handy for stacking the boxes
Okay.
on top of each other.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Now, this is a feeder which I had on for them.
Okay. What do you put in there?
You put in it's water and sugar. Simple,
Okay.
it's a liquid mix.
Simple as, yeah.
Yeah. And as you can see, it's literally taking it all down. And
Wow.
there they are hanging on, trying to get the last out of it.
Oh my goodness, that's incredible.
You see. So they.
Cool.
So we're gonna put that now to one side.
Okay.
This is what's called a crown board.
Crown board, okay.
Yeah.
Crown on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a hive tool. Now,
Okay.
you should never go into your hives without this tool,
Right.
because the bees use a thing called propolis,
Yes.
like a glue. Right?
Okay.
So they'll seal any cracks,
Oh.
right?
Yes.
And therefore it actually glues the parts down. So if you hear that crack,
There you go.
that's a
Yeah.
breaking, right?
So that's the propolis you're breaking.
Yeah,
Do you know in lots of beauty products now, Hubert, they
Container.
claim they have propolis in it?
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. If it comes from the bees, it must be good. Now,
Right.
and what's the name of that implement that you're using?
This is a hive tool.
A hive tool. That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it had
And
an
you're
actual
told,
name.
and of course, one of the first things you're told, never go into your hive without your hive tool.
Yes. Now, what's this you're taking
That's
out?
now that's a frame, just a super
frame.
frame, a
Okay.
smaller frame.
Yeah.
You want to look there, you can see they've started to build it out, the comb. You can see where they're making the cells.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and they've started on this side as well. Okay, so we put that to one side. Now, they normally start to build honey from center out.
Okay.
I'm just going to try.
On each frame, Hubert?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, now here's a typical frame that they've started on.
Wow. Oh, that looks amazing.
So that's honey are looking, so they're busy making the
Look
honey
at
with that.
that.
now.
Oh my
Right.
goodness, it's delicious.
And also you'll see that they have some pollen around there as well.
Okay.
So yes.
How do you know the difference between the pollen? What's the pollen?
Well, you see the pollen is different colours, and of
Okay.
course it's, you know, it's not shiny like honey.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And Hubert, I was saying one of the questions came in from little 4-year-old Alessa, or maybe
Yeah.
she's 5 now, and she says, why or how do bees make nectar into honey? And do they put pollen into the honey as well?
no, they don't put pollen into the honey. Pollen
Okay.
is used for feeding the young,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And they make the honey out of the nectar,
Yes.
right? But when they take the nectar in, it has so much water. It's a very high water content.
Yeah.
So what they do is they fan with their wings and they withdraw the moisture out of it, and they won't cap it over till it's at least 18% or less, right? And that's when
Yeah.
they're happy with it, that it's there, the honey, and so they cap it over,
Brilliant.
you know.
Yeah.
Again, we have it. See, they're working on this one. This is the furthest one away from the brood box. So as you
Okay.
can see, again, they're building it out. They're starting to fill with honey,
Wow.
you know. So now we're going to take this box off and we get down further.
So do you have frames the whole way down this box, Hubert?
Yes.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, look, bees, if they're very like humans in a sense. Like if we buy a house and it's a small house and we have 3 children,
Yeah.
well, we put on an extension,
Yeah.
right? To cater for it. So
Yeah.
I'm doing the same for this.
Okay.
As the colony is getting bigger,
Yeah.
I'm giving them more space to work.
And how many bees do you have in a colony?
Well,
Like,
I've never counted them.
yeah. Really? I wonder why.
But the experts, as they say
Yeah.
that in the height of the season,
Yes.
which is kind of July, although the weather's been very bad, but there's around 50,000-60,000 bees in the hive.
50 or 60,000 is phenomenal.
So if you
Yeah.
can picture in here, there could be what? Maybe 250,000 bees in this apiary.
250,000 bees.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, you hear that crack on the propolis.
Yeah. They're probably very heavy, are they then, as well?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I see now what you're saying, so you can stack them up
Yeah.
easy enough.
Again, here's the propolis.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, you can see loads of it there now.
Now, on this frame, we should have possibly a little more honey.
Okay.
So, we'll take out the first frame and put it to one side. Right. And start wrapping on that. Yeah, some are nasty, some not so nasty. Now, look, they've started well into this one, see it?
Yeah.
Now,
Oh, wow.
they've even capped over some of it.
Which is a capped over one, can you show me?
I can do it there, see
Yeah.
here?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Brilliant.
This is the way they start to cap it.
Yeah.
And they haven't started on that side yet, so.
And these are all called worker bees, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And where is your queen then?
The queen was down here,
Okay, so
In
the
the
queen
brood
is
box.
down in the bottom part.
yeah, which is called the brood box.
The brood box,
Right.
okay. And how many worker bees then do you have per queen? About 50 or 60,000?
If I work per queen,
Yeah.
well, they're all working for the queen. Like,
Yeah, so everything in that hive is working for that queen.
but even the ones up here are still work for the queen.
Ah,
They're a super organism, right? So they all work for each other. They, this is why they give up their lives for each other,
okay, so you're giving them a touch more forest
Yeah, because
fire.
That gets them to run down and gets them out of the way here where my hands are going to be working.
Yeah.
No, nothing. Like, this year you normally have complete frames caps, but the things have been so bad.
Yeah, is that a
Yeah, but-
2020 speciality
It seems
with
to
the
be-
weather? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's really
That's a
well
little more-
capped.
a
Wow,
little more
yeah.
capped,
Okay,
But still not great,
yeah,
For this time of year you'd be expecting that completely covered.
okay.
Now here, this is a little heavier. I shall do an experiment with you.
Okay, love an owl experiment.
Feel the weight of that.
Okay, yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Okay, give that
Lovely and
back.
light. Yeah,
Careful.
okay. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
Do you see the difference?
Hubert, have you any advice for anyone who wants to start home hiving?
Yeah.
Yeah? Or even just to encourage, like what can we do as
Number one,
citizens?
you go and you take the course,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
It's true that by taking the course, it doesn't make you a beekeeper.
Okay,
You become a beekeeper at the hive. That's where you become a beekeeper.
ah,
A
lovely.
lot of people do the course,
Yeah,
they're taken in for their hive examination,
yeah,
and they realise it's not for them.
yeah.
Right? They just say, no, I'm sorry, this is not for me. Right? If you're keeping a hive out your back garden, I would suggest that you fence the area off,
Okay.
like the way this is
Similar
fenced
to
here.
we have here, yeah.
Right?
Okay,
I would suggest that you have 2 hives, not 1,
okay,
because you can easily lose a hive if you have a single hive. It could die off and anything can happen. You could kill the queen.
okay,
Whereas with a second hive, you have a backup. You
okay.
can take brood out of that hive, put into the hive that's at risk of dying.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
It's always
And work with
advisable
each
to
other,
have 2
okay.
hives. Right, so that's about this. This is not good. You would expect a lot more honey at this time of year. But it's been reported by every beekeeper I know that it just snows and that there's not much honey this year.
And it's really such a shame because we really, really, really need stocks of honey this year more so than any other year, don't we?
Yeah,
You know,
well-
for, kind of for people's health, should
Yeah.
I say.
But unfortunately, we don't get the climate that they get in America.
Yeah.
in America, you know, some of these guys go into their hives with no suits on. You know, and the bees are that passive, they don't get stung.
Seriously?
Yeah,
And there could be like 50 and 60,000
yeah.
and they're so chilled out because of the weather. But I guess we all chill out a bit more
This is
with
really
nice weather. Yeah. So that's the propolis again, sticking it on.
And when you're lifting this, lift slightly, twist.
Okay.
Right, because what can happen is they could bridge between this frame and that frame,
Okay.
and if they do that when you're pulling it up, you can pull out other frames below and start creating a mess.
Yeah.
So you twist.
Hey, these fellas down here now are going wild.
Now
Down at the bottom.
we should have a lot more honey in this.
Oh. Ah, look at him. He's lovely.
Still alive? I thought he was dead.
Let's see if I have other questions now. What's the lifespan of the worker bee, Hubert?
Okay, when a bee hatches out,
Yeah.
he spends the first 3 weeks as a nurse bee in the hive.
As a nurse bee.
Yeah,
Okay.
so what he does is he goes around cleaning cells,
Yeah.
feeding the queen, doing guard duty,
Yeah.
you know, cleaning the hive out in general.
Even as a tiny baby, that's what he's doing.
That's straight out when they come out of
Wow.
the cells, straight away, that's
Yeah.
what they're at. Then, after 3 weeks, they become a forager. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So they go out foraging and bring them back the pollen and the nectar. Then after 6 weeks, they're dead.
6 weeks.
They're dead.
Wow. It's
They
very short
literally-
lifespan.
They literally work themselves to death.
Yeah.
You know, and the drone in the hive is the only bee that has no sting,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
His main purpose is to mate with the queen.
Okay.
So when a queen does her maiden flight, all the drones leave and they chase her, right? So they mate and fly,
Yeah.
right?
All
Yeah.
right. Very
So
exciting.
when a drone mates with the queen,
Yeah.
he dies.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Okay.
So she'll mate with about 20 drones on her maiden flight. And
Wow.
that then could be enough sperm to do work for her lifetime.
I see.
Which could be 4 to 5 years. You know?
Yeah.
Like, if the bee has noticed that the queen is not laying as well as she should be,
Yeah.
they can do a thing called supersedure. Sorry about that.
No, you're grand. Don't worry.
I don't think my way just to knock it off. But yeah, they can supersede her, right? Now, which can be a good thing for the beekeeper, because if she was a very good queen, well then, a queen born from her
Yes.
is going to be a good queen as well.
Oh, okay. Good
Right.
lineage.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, they
Wow.
can live up to 5 years. Now, I mean, a drone has, well, I don't know, a happy life in that, but there could be a couple of 100 drones left in the hive at the end of the season.
Okay.
And the workers will kick them out.
If they haven't done their job properly.
No, they'll kick them out because they won't let them use up the stores for winter.
Oh, very good.
Right?
Okay.
So if they
Yeah.
don't leave, they'll sting them to death. Only
So
out
they're
for winter.
dying either way.
And they won't be accepted anywhere in any hive. You know?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So they can't kind of go, I was a bit useless to year one, so I'm coming over here to be useless to you.
Yeah. As you
Look
can
at
see, as we
that.
get down, we're getting a little more.
Yeah.
These are all workers. Working ferociously on this frame.
Yeah, they really are. And they've that well sealed over now in the
Yeah,
middle as well.
well-
So they work from the middle to the edges, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they work from the centre of the hive
Uh-huh.
out.
Oh, as well.
As
Okay.
well,
Yeah, yeah.
Again, they're working down on this one.
Yeah.
You know, back and front.
Yeah. And actually, that's another question, was around their communication and how bees communicate with each other. Do they do a special dance or
They do a thing
Yeah.
called the waggle dance.
the waggle dance?
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
And as I say, if a bee finds a a good garden with a lot of flowers in it.
Yeah.
He'll come back to the hive, he'll go in, he'll do his dance, his waggle dance,
Yeah.
right? And he'll walk in the direction of the sun,
Yeah.
and he'll tell them direction, what way to go to get to it.
So he's found a really nice flower, and he wants to share it with his mates so that they all come back and they're all
because
mates and they
all
want to
work for
build
each
up
other.
this
They all work
hive.
for each
Yeah.
other, you know?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So there's no competition between the worker bees. It's just to get the job done.
Get the job done, exactly.
Yeah. Amazing. Jesus, humans could learn a lot from them, couldn't
Oh,
they?
absolutely. And I tell you, they're the only creature that they make honey in abundance,
Yeah.
right? The likes of your bumblebee
Yeah.
will only make honey to do itself, to do and they don't store honey.
Yeah.
Right? So, but with them, you see, with the difference between bumblebees and honeybees,
Yes.
honeybees survive the winter. They cluster inside the hive around the
Okay.
queen,
Yeah.
and the winter bees live through the winter with her.
Ah, okay.
Whereas with the bumblebees,
Yeah.
they don't. They all die off. And
Yeah.
the only one that survives is the queen. But she will be impregnated at the end of winter.
To
She
continue
will
on.
hibernate,
Yeah.
right? She drops her heart rate down to near zero,
Wow.
and she survives the winter in there. And as soon as you'll see in March, you'll see the big black fellas coming out.
Yeah.
They're emerging from the hibernation.
Oh, yeah.
right?
Lovely.
And they're
Yeah.
looking to go and make. Normally, bumblebees will be holding the ground or something, and they make their nest in there.
I
you know?
see.
And then the cycle starts all over. See, another incredible thing about them is if they go into a hole in a hollow, say a hollow tree, they actually measure the size of it. And how they do that is they hang on to each other.
Yeah.
And they go down in a chain,
Oh, brilliant.
right? And they know.
How long each other is, like,
and
yeah.
what way they have to build their wax.
Yeah.
I mean,
Brilliant.
every wax cell is exactly the same as you do.
They are so clever. Oh, my goodness.
You know, all
I
of
wonder,
them
do they
cells
use
there finish
metric?
there. And if you look closely, right,
Uh-huh.
you'll notice the cells are tipped slightly.
Yeah,
Right?
what's that now?
Now, what that's for is for the queen when she's dropping her eggs in.
Oh, lovely. So they're lovely
Because
and
the
safe.
queen is longer
Yeah.
than the workers. Right?
Yeah.
And she goes around and she drops herself into the cell,
Yeah.
lays her egg out. And
Lovely.
now, here's a statistic for you. Good laying queen can lay between 1,500 to 2,000 eggs every 24 hours.
Stop it.
Right? So that's how the hive builds up so
Wow.
rapidly, you know.
Yeah. That's amazing. We had another question, didn't we, from Alessa about the pollen.
Right.
How do the bees make pollen into food for the baby bees?
They manipulate it in their mouth. for
In their
want of
mouth,
another word, yeah,
okay.
And then they feed it to the bees.
And then they feed it to the babies.
Right, now I'm going to close this up.
And even the noise of them there is lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, some people are very afraid of that noise.
Well, it's fine when you're suited and booted, Hubert. Not a bother.
True. But they can get you.
Yeah,
Like, they've got me through the gloves and everything.
yeah. Don't tell me that now when you've just opened the hive up with about 60,000 bees around me. I think too many people just watched that film. My Girl? My Girl.
You go down into the brew box with
Okay.
queen, and this one is not marked. So it's
Okay.
very unlikely we'll see her.
And how do you mark the queen? If you mark it.
You have a queen marking kit.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It contains 3 different colour pens because each pen represents a year.
Okay.
You have a scissors for
Yeah.
clipping the wing,
Okay.
and you have a cage for keep putting the queen into.
Okay.
The cage acts as a plunger. You slide it up.
Yeah.
Now any workers that might be in the cage can get out,
Okay.
but the queen can't
Okay.
because she's bigger.
Oh, I see.
So
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
trap her into position,
Yeah.
and you mark her thorax, which is on her back. Here,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then you slightly twist her, and the wing pops up,
Uh-huh.
and you clip her.
Brilliant.
Right?
Okay.
Now, the reason for clipping your queen, she doesn't feel anything, right? So you're not hurting her in any way. But when it comes to swarming time,
Yeah.
when they decide they're going to swarm,
Yeah.
the queen will fly out, and about 30,000 bees will go with her, right?
Yeah.
She'll drop to the ground.
Yeah.
They'll circle around the apiary,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And after about 20-30 minutes, they'll realise she's going nowhere. So they all go back into the hive.
Oh.
So then, me as the beekeeper, I come in, I find her,
Yeah.
but I can't put her back into that same box.
Why not?
That's because they've already started to make a replacement queen.
Wow.
So they won't accept her back. So what I have to do is I have to put her in a smaller box, something
Yeah.
like this. And
I
I give her some
see.
of the worker bees that were going to go with her,
Yeah.
and I put them in here with her. And then I give her a couple of frames,
Yeah.
and they'll start up a new hive.
Wow.
You know? So-
Okay.
but it's very important that she doesn't go back into the same box. Okay.
So this one's going to be really heavy now, isn't it? This, yeah.
Right.
Is it satisfying hearing that sound, that crack? Yeah. As a beekeeper, you're
Ah.
like, oh, you're definitely putting that propolis down, so
Yeah.
things are working well.
Now you can see here. You just want to get
Oh,
close up
yeah.
to this, right? This is where the queen lives. Okay, she can't come through this net. This grid here.
Okay.
Right, so she's happy out laying down there.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna try. See, can I show you some brood?
This is such an amazing experience, Hubert.
Well, good. That's why I bring children in. It's not about so much the honey,
Yeah.
but it's more about education and teaching
Yeah.
the bees. Because in teaching the children, in turn, they will teach the adults. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, they are so much cleverer than we are when it
They'll-
comes to like
they'll be asking
just.
mommy and daddy, why are you afraid of the bees? Leave the bee alone. Bees don't attack, they defend. So if you start waving your hands around them, naturally they'll think you're attacking them.
Yeah.
Now,
Wow.
isn't it?
Oh my goodness. That's insane. It's amazing.
And you must remember, we're at the store,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so they're confused. Still, they're quite passive.
So you think what they're doing right now is passive?
It's passive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
quite passive
okay.
at the moment. Now, there's pollen. If you want to come here,
Yeah.
you look down there, you'll see white pollen on the sacks. Can you see it?
Tiny little bits of white.
White on the legs. Might get a better view now on it.
Okay. And when you take that out
Now-
now, are you looking for the
Now,
queen
you
or?
look here.
Yeah.
See the orange pollen on the legs?
Yes.
You can see it, can you?
Yeah, I can see a small bit on this fella
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
But now there should be a lot more of that.
Okay.
Now there's a drone.
Which one's the
Him?
drone?
See him? That's a drone.
Yeah. How do you know he's a drone now?
He's
What-
much bigger than the
I
workers.
see. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
He's burly. He's the Arnold Schwarzenegger. there's more pollen. See
Oh wow, look at that.
Huh?
That's amazing. I hope I have that properly on the camera now. I'm sure I do.
There's more pollen there.
Oh yeah.
You'll see now, as we go in, the brood pattern. This is brood here. Right?
Yeah.
But as we move in, that should get better. So, back in the 17th, 1800s, the monks used to keep the bees in a thing called a skep, right? Now, the problem with the skeps were combed, like with an entrance down here.
Okay.
But in order to get the honey, they would have to destroy the bees.
Oh, I
Right?
see.
'Cause
Yeah.
that was the only way to till a man by the name of Langstroth in 1870 or something like that, I'm not
Yeah.
sure exactly.
1800s.
Yeah, right. He discovered the bee space.
Bee space.
That bees
Okay.
would pass each other
Yeah.
as long as they wouldn't fill it or, you know, brace it with comb. Once it was between, say, 6 and 8 mil. So that was enough space for them to pass each other.
Yes.
So therefore they wouldn't bridge it.
Brilliant.
Right, they wouldn't bridge
Yeah.
it. And it was him that discovered. He made the hive called the Langstroth hive. Right? And that revolutionized beekeeping for the bee.
Yeah.
Now the bees were not killed or, you know, their hive wasn't taken away on them.
Yeah.
They had a home for life, you know, and to carry on year after year. Because you see, it's a never-ending cycle, right? Like, you know, the only time the queen will slow down and stop laying is coming into winter, right? And then she has her winter bees, and her winter bees last a couple of months in the hive with her because they're not going out foraging. They only leave to defecate, right? And then they're back in, right? And what they do is they rotate around the queen to keep the temperature between 30 and 35 degrees within the hive. That's why it's so important that a beekeeper doesn't open the hive on cold days, because as soon as you lift that lid off,
Yeah.
the heat rushes out.
Yeah.
And if the hive isn't strong enough, that could be a death sentence.
Detrimental.
Yeah,
for
death
it. Yeah.
sentence.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. So Hubert, why do bees sting humans? My 6-year-old wants to know.
Okay. This is their home.
Yeah.
Now, I'm attacking their home
Yeah.
as far as they're concerned.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if I didn't go near their home, they won't bother me.
Okay.
They won't bother. They don't come out looking for me out there to give me a sting.
Yeah.
Right? It's just when they feel threatened.
Yes.
Right? And that can be done amongst yourself. You know what I mean? You can be waving your hands around them and they'll think you're attacking them.
Yeah, because
But
when
they
we were
see it.
younger, people would say, stand still,
Yeah.
and it'll move away.
Because you see, their eyes, if you wave them mad, right?
Yeah.
Their eyes pick it up like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? So they can sting you
Yeah.
without a bother, you know. So, you know, it's just, they will not go near you if you don't go near them. Simple as. And
Well, God love her, because she was stung because she jumped on one on a trampoline. It was having a little rest for itself.
oh God.
Yeah. She didn't know.
Now, there's all brood.
Wow.
Right, as I said, as we go in more into the centre. Yeah. So, the queen would be around here somewhere.
Okay.
Because she's not marked, it's very hard to find her.
Is the queen much
I
bigger
see
than
him.
the rest of them?
See that one there stuck completely in,
This one here.
filling its belly with the chip.
Oh, wow,
With
look
the
at
pollen
that.
on them, right?
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Okay.
There's this fellow with his head in as well. So is the queen much bigger, Hubert?
Yeah, she's about
Oh
six.
no, that's the one on
About
top of it.
6 mil longer.
Okay. And do you find her most of the time or only every once in a while?
Well, when she's marked, I find
Yeah.
her much easier. But when she's unmarked, see, beekeepers will normally mark their queens at the start of the season, when
Yeah.
there's less of a population in the hive.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have a better
yeah.
chance of finding her.
Yeah.
But when you've this many bees,
Yeah.
it's very difficult.
Okay.
And even if I did find her now, I don't have my marking equipment with me. Come on, get out of here.
It's
There's more
amazing seeing the
pollen.
big lumps of pollen on them.
Very few drones. The other one, isn't it? Another thing can happen by accident. You can kill the queen. You know,
Yeah.
walking on the hive like this.
Yeah. Right, so every time you go in to their home, it's a risk, like.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And how long did you do the beekeeper course for before becoming a beekeeper at the hive?
Well, it runs over 9 weeks, of course.
Yeah.
And the last part of your course is your hive examination,
Yeah.
which is very, very much like what we're doing here now. But the
Yeah.
only thing is, I'd be asking you to tell me what you're seeing.
Yeah.
I won't be saying to you, that's this, that's that. You have to
So
tell
I
me
would
exactly
be the
what you're seeing.
demonstrator.
Now, that's a lovely brood pattern there.
That is really gorgeous.
know.
Yeah.
So she's a good queen. She's laying well. Unfortunately, we're not going to see her today.
No.
No, unfortunately. She's not
Okay.
getting some pheromone. Not the pheromone.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it on. Smoke doesn't seem to be bothering me as good as it all.
So those frames must be really, really heavy then, Hubert. The ones on the bottom, are they?
Yeah, they're heavy enough, yeah.
Yeah.
They're a big frame, you know.
Yeah.
This is where you have to be careful, you know, when you're putting them back together again.
So you don't kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh wow! Look at that.
hello. They're building up stores here. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
You see how shiny it's set. Like, you can see the honey glisten on the inside.
I can.
Cells.
Yeah.
See, already they'd be thinking, you know, winter. That's perfect.
Yeah. And what's this frame called here? This
That's the queen excluder.
queen excluder. Okay. Yeah.
I'm replacing all them. They're
Yeah.
plastic. and
Oh, right.
They're not very good.
Okay.
You know, they're
It looks metal.
I'm getting metal ones.
Yeah.
You know,
So that's what the worker bees can get through, but the queen can't.
exactly.
Yeah.